delicious Katsu Sando recipe or a Japanese style sandwich with a deep fried pork cutlet right in the middle with some shredded lettuce and a really delicious Kewpie mayonnaise and tonkatsu sauce as well. Hi everyone, my name is Emma. Welcome back to Flavour Fridays. The star of the show, apart from the pork cutlet, is these beautiful thick cut slices of homemade milk bread. If you want to see how to make it, then check out my Katsu Sando or Japanese egg salad sandwich to find out how I make this at home. The first thing I'm going to do to start off this Katsu Sando is to toast off my bread. I'm using a frying pan, but just use your normal toaster if you have one at home. While I'm toasting off my bread, I'm also going to slowly heat up some vegetable oil to deep fry my pork cutlet. This is just some regular vegetable oil on a medium heat in a wok. While my bread is toasting on my frying pan and I'm slowly heating up my vegetable oil, I'm going to multitask and also shred some lettuce for my sando. You could use lettuce, cabbage, any type of crunchy vegetable works in this dish. For these Katsu Sandos, you're going to want big, thick cut pork chops. So don't be tempted to pound it into a really thin cutlet. You want it nice and thick. That way it's really nice and juicy in your sandwich. Now I'm going to deep fry my pork cutlet. I've already seasoned my pork cutlet with a little bit of salt and pepper overnight, but just before I fry, I'll add a little bit more just to make sure it's perfectly seasoned. And then I'm going to dip it in some flour seasoned with salt and pepper, just plain flour, some whisked eggs, and also some panko breadcrumbs. So into the oil it goes now that my pork chop is all coated. While my cutlets are frying, I'm just going to butter my toasted bread. This is just normal salted butter. Here I just have some Kewpie mayonnaise and I'm just going to mix that together with some hot mustard. Any type of mustard you'd like, just gives a sandwich a little bit of a kick. And then you can spread this onto your bread as well. Be generous, edge to edge. And now all we have to do is finish off those pork cutlets and then we can assemble the Katsu Sando. Now that I have deep fried all of the pork cutlets so they're really nice and golden brown, I just let them slightly rest on an oven rack so that excess oil can drain through. Now it's time to finally build my sandwich. So here I've got my toasted, buttered, and mayonnaise and mustarded slices of milk bread. All I'm going to do is add one of these cutlets of pork right onto the center. Now you see how this pork cutlet perfectly fits the sandwich? That's how I trimmed the pork chops. I had in mind the size of my bread right before I started deep frying. I'm going to add some lettuce right on top. If it spills over the sides, perfectly fine. This is just for a little bit of added crunch. And last but not least, with the pork cutlet, most often you'll also find some Japanese tonkatsu sauce. Now, tonkatsu sauce is made with a few different things. A really nice cheats way to make some tonkatsu sauce at home is just to mix together some ketchup and some Worcestershire sauce. That's a really nice cheats way to mimic the flavor of tonkatsu. A really generous drizzle right over the top. Flip the bread right onto the cutlet, and then we slice. Here's your beautiful and juicy Katsu Sando. Now it's time to taste the sandwich. It might be a messy affair, but I mean, that's what eating burgers and sandwiches is like. All right, time to dig in. That is such a big bite. I mean, look at the size of my bite. That's super soft bread that soaked up all of the juices from the pork cutlet and the crispy pork cutlet right in the middle. Absolutely delicious. Such a treat of a sandwich. If you like this video, give it a like, leave it a comment, and I'll see you next time on Flavour Fridays. I want to know in the comments below, what is your least favorite sandwich filling? Is there a type of sandwich from the shops that you would just never ever pick up? Let me know in the comments below.